Live. Hey.
Hi, I'm Jason.
And I'm Greg.
Well, Greg,
I'm Jamie.
And welcome to our podcast. We're the last generation to grow up without internet.
I want to give a shout out to all of our viewers out there, all of our listeners, anyone who consumes our content. Thank you guys for spending your time with us. I want to give a shout out to our Monday crew, those faithfuls who tune in every Monday and catch the latest, crispiest, freshest, newest episodes that we have to offer. A big shout out to all of our international listeners, our audio only listeners. That is our biggest platform by far. We are in the thousands of downloads and we are literally in hundreds of countries. We are international. I shit you not. we are international by far on our audio side. We blew up over a year ago on the audio side. So we're out there, right? So shout out to you guys. You know, I just thank you. Appreciate it. You guys clicked on the title. You see this Maul Shadow Lord fan premiere. What does that even mean? That means yours truly got an invite from this guy to go see the premiere of Maul Shadow Lord at Skywalker Ranch, an exclusive invite. It was a small, intimate gathering. It was a small theater, and you know, there wasn't a whole lot of just open seats just to come. Everyone was. It was the thing, and you know what? First and foremost, man, it was one of the coolest things I've ever got to do. You know, get a peek inside this world. Give a shout out to this guy over here for even going, hey, here's a door. We want to walk through it. You want to come check this stuff out. So, Jamie, thank you.
Hey, man, Jason, it's a pleasure to get you in there. You've done so much for, raising the suicide prevention and awareness. The, having me on for the 501st, we've done really good. That's gotten a lot of people interested in the clubs. And tonight we're going to, promote a little bit of Maul, maybe, and talk a bit of Mandalorians. And man, what a trip it was. It was a good trip.
So how did you guys, like Jamie, how did you get invited out? How did you get your golden ticket?
Hey, John, you want to kind of go over that?
Okay.
You're the same as me,
Yeah. I don't know that there was a golden ticket, but I'll tell you how I got involved. I'm John. I'm with the Wolves of Mandalore here in Central California. And the crazy thing is I had a nephew, and he just said, hey, there's this cool group, Mando Mercs. I got to make a costume. And started looking into it, went to a couple of cons. I was going to cons here and there with my daughter and family and just having a good time, and stopped by the booth one day and started chatting with some folks. And, it's really not about getting a golden ticket. It's more about, and for me, especially, I'll say it was about getting off the couch
Right.
and doing something with my time. Something that's cool. And like you guys probably, I was raised on the original Star Wars. So
Right.
here's a chance to get into a Star Wars costume. And with Mando Mercs, it wasn't necessarily a screen costume. It was, hey, you can create your own character. You can be a Mandalorian. You can be the Mandalorian you want to be.
Right.
And that was it. When I got serious, it took me about 5 or 6 weekends to put one of these things together, put the costume together, and you're off to the races. Once you're approved in the club, you can start doing activities, and an activity like Maul, that's kind of a reward for us. The real
Right.
the meat and potatoes of what we do. We're going out. We do. We do walks for Parkinson's disease. We do children's hospitals. We're doing all kinds of charity events. I've done Ronald McDonald House before. These are the things that, really get you excited. You get to see the look on kids' faces, and
Mm-hmm.
kids from, 4 years old to 94 years old. Doesn't matter. When they
Right.
see us coming, you see that look on their faces, and like, that's the big reward.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Right on. Brett, my friend, how are you doing? And how did you get, I guess, not the golden ticket? How'd you get a seat? Let's call it like that. How'd you get a seat inside?
I mean, it was just sort of one of those last minute things you see on the board. Like I'm kind of the last person to know about these things. Like, but it was like, oh, there's a Maul event. I think that's taken. But after a few days, something comes up like, hey, we got some extra seats. Someone can't make it. So it was like, hey, last minute, can I join? So
Right.
it's always sort of like that. And it's like, yeah, here you go. And I'm like, sweet. But it's just such a joy. Like I never thought in 100 years I'd actually get to go to like where these movies are put together, these shows. So this was my third visit and it's still unbelievable.
Well, I could tell you from the process for this is Lucasfilm, the fan department puts out for a specific number of seats or whatever. I think this one had a lot of influencers from across the country. I think you guys kind of met like people from all over, huh?
We had some folks from Arizona show up, but there was, I think the big group of influencers came in from Missouri. So yeah.
Yeah. A couple people from Atlanta, I think the Rebel Legion's NGO or head person was there too, or something. Katie, I think was her name.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What happens is this gets put up on the boards. They give us a limited number of seats. So they say, hey, we can get you guys in. Obviously, when we got, in there, a lot of those seats were taken up by staff that had actually worked on it. So
yeah, I saw that. The writers were all in the back. That was the whole back row, it seemed like. Yeah.
Yeah. And, generally, it's during the middle of the week. It's short notice. And they say, hey, bus it. You're going to have to go. And, these are very, very, things that you want to hold on. You want to go. And it's a privilege to be invited in there. Everybody's always on their best behavior, too.
Right.
There's no shenanigans going on. I mean, you're in Lucasfilm. I mean, this is where the magic happens. And yeah, get your name on the list. You went through the verification process too, where they had to email you. You had to sign a waiver. I mean, geez, when the show was going on, they were out there with night vision watching the crowd because they didn't want anybody to get this out.
Anybody recording it. Yeah. They were.
Yeah,
100%.
really neat. Really.
So,
yeah,
go ahead.
I was just going to say the cool thing too is they don't have to do this.
Yeah.
They don't have to do this for us. This is out of their generosity and their gratitude for what we're doing. It's just a really great gesture on their part.
So this is the place where the artists sit, the computers are, the hardware lives, the people work, where this series and others like it are created. It's all housed there.
I think primarily they all those buildings that were there have something going on in that area.
Right.
That has to do with Lucasfilm.
Right.
Like ILM is in there too, Industrial Light and Magic. They do some motion capture in there. There's just so much stuff going on there. Obviously, there's not big sound stages in there that they're just going to be able to.
Right, but a lot of maybe the animated stuff, maybe a lot of the creators and stuff, and artists.
Pixar's in there, ain't it?
Yeah.
I think I know Pixar's in that area, right in there, because Disney acquired it.
Got it.
And I don't know if it's still the case, but at one point in time, that theater that we sat in, that was where they would go and watch their dailies. So they'd come in. They may still do that. They may not. They may have a different location, but yeah.
When you say dailies, what do you mean by dailies?
Well, you go, you do your work, and you're putting the movie together, and at the end of the day, you get the group together and you watch the kind of the final product, and people say, yeah, that's good. No, make a change here. But it's just kind of where they get the group together to review.
Got it.
What they produced. Yeah. Brett, did you have something?
I was just gonna say, like, it's either the over at the Presidio or Skywalker Ranch up in San Anselmo. But that's interesting. Imagine you're an employee and you say you're like a background artist or a character modeler, and it's so weird that you finish something and then it goes from tablet to a 40-foot screen down the hall.
Yeah, it is. It is an amazing place.
So that was my first time there, Brett. You said that was your third time there?
Yeah. I did.
What were you? Yeah.
I did a Rogue One / Andor season 2 finale and
Hmm.
the Sith 20th last year, which was pretty fun. I got to bring my brother, and my older brother took me to my first midnight premiere for Revenge of the Sith when it came out.
Right.
A little
Okay. That's awesome, dudes. So it sounds like, there, like you said, there is no golden ticket, but you guys are both connected. You guys are, like committed, and through like channels, you guys got invites or you got access to seats, right?
Right.
Jamie had sent over a couple of videos where people had received like these invite boxes, these merch boxes. And did either of you receive one of those, or have you seen what those are?
No, I haven't got one of those yet.
Oh, you seen them, John? The little Maul box, promotion box that some of those influencers got?
Oh, I saw there at the night, yeah, that they had, and some folks got some other prizes, I think, too, as part of a raffle while we were
Oh,
there.
this was something that was sent to their homes.
Oh, that was sent to their home. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if those were like the influencers then that maybe got that. So, because they all did like unboxing videos, right? So, yeah, these boxes were big. They were like all shiny black on the outside, and they opened up, and they had the deep red glow, like LED lights around the inside, and it was like, I don't know if it was velvet, but it was all black, like material and all this merch inside. Right? I think it was like
very cool, very
like a high-end tea setup, and it came with a tea and the grinder and the cup and and it was all Maul branded, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's great. No, I didn't get one of those. I was not lucky enough to get one of those.
Well, we're not influencers. We're costumers.
John, was that your first time there?
No. I got my ticket through the club, through the costume club, Mandoworks Costume Club, which I've been a member of since 2017, 2018.
Wow. Okay.
And so I've been there over the years a number of times. So I could probably count on two hands, maybe. Yeah.
Okay. Premieres and stuff like that. So you got to see a lot of shows. You've been in that theater a few times.
Yeah, a few times we caught. What can I remember? We did I was also at the Andor. I think Brett mentioned that one. They had a couple for Rebels. They had a couple for the end. They had one for the end of Clone Wars, which was spectacular. Every once in a while they'll have something. Yeah.
Mando season 2. I think you were to that one, weren't you?
Yeah, that one as well. That's right. Yeah. That one actually, no, you know what? That one I went down to LA. They did two of them and went down to LA for that.
Always nice to see it on the big screen.
Yeah.
Still need to go.
Always.
Tons of folks showed up in costume, full gear, movie quality gear. Tell me who was there. Educate me.
Well, we had a lot of Mauls. I know that.
Correct.
We had some Night Sisters, I think. Gosh, John. I mean,
so
big
shout out.
Yeah, to Lone Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
He was there. He was dressed up as a Mando. I mean, that guy's just great. I just ordered another helmet from him. I mean, he's great. Oh God, what else you guys got? There was Sabine's there. There was.
I'll do a shout out to Trent and Vicky from Arizona because she came as Hera.
Yeah,
and that was
Hera
costume as well. Yeah.
Let me throw this slideshow. These are pictures that Jamie had taken and some other stuff. There's a couple in there that were videos. The videos don't work within StreamYard. They work within the PowerPoint. But so anyways, I'm going to make this full screen. We'll watch it and just kind of chime in and explain what we're seeing. The full screen. I will leave it like that. That's fine. All right.
Well, that's where that's a picture opportunity there, like kind of a red carpet picture set up there.
Right. Can you see who's in that picture?
That's all of Golden Gate Garrison, and I think, yeah, that's Golden Gate Garrison, and there's Jeannie Lindquist, Golden Gate Garrison Commander right there. Yeah, That's Wyatt.
You're pretty good. Dude. There's a lot of people.
Steve, me.
All right. Who's in this?
Oh, that's Lone Wolf and
Ugh.
me and Steve Dutra. Yeah.
That's a face for radio right there. I'm
All
gonna tell
right.
you right now.
Oh, no way, man. Look at that hat.
And that was one of the videos. All right.
So that's Dave Filoni and the co-vice president. What you remember her name, you guys?
Not off the top of my head, unfortunately.
No.
John. I'm not big on names.
I'm drawing a blank. Yeah.
Well, they're co-president of basically Star Wars, Lucasfilm.
Okay. So he's a president of Lucasfilm. What does that mean to someone like me? Who is Dave Filoni? What's he responsible for? What's he responsible for?
Well, John, what do you think? He's responsible for Star Wars, ain't he?
I think if you're familiar at all with kind of the Marvel setup, and they've got their Marvel showrunner, that kind of makes decisions at the top level. That's Dave for Star Wars. He's going to make the decisions at the top level. Is this a go? Is it a no go? What series are we working on? How are we going to do it? How are we going to tie into other Star Wars series? He's the guy. He has all the answers.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's at like half of his job is like what George Lucas was originally, and then Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah, because Kathleen Kennedy was just the president of it. Now it's split. So I kind of think like Dave is the child and she's the adult. She does the paperwork. He does I'm sure they're both involved, but Dave just has so much of a passion for Star Wars and what's going on. And, that guy's he's amazing thinking wise.
And so he's not just a suit. He's got a big creative hand in this process, right? He's responsible for bringing, developing characters, right? He's because some of these characters didn't really exist in the way we see them now. They get backstories or they get side story or however that works, right? He is like the kind of the vision or the push
and
behind
he's been around. He's been around forever. So if you go back to Star Wars Clone Wars, and the first animated movie that they put out before they started doing the Clone Wars series, he had a huge hand in that. He was, I would say, he was George Lucas's right hand for anything animation related at that point, and that was kind of the start of the whole animation.
Yeah, he was like his protege for like 20 years.
Yeah, he's been down in the trenches, and in those days, Clone Wars, George was in charge. He was working right under George, learning everything there is to learn about Star Wars. So.
But he actually sought out Filoni from the beginning because Filoni was an animator on like Avatar: The Last Airbender, and like personally sought him out to like run this. Like, hey, we really liked our micro Clone Wars series from a couple of years back, but I really think we could expand this, like tell broader stories that last longer. And he was just like the right guy to do it. Like he's a fan more than anything.
Right. So a fan with the talent and the ability got tapped on the shoulder to go, hey, by George himself, let's try some of this. And here he is. It was like, I think he said, I can't remember what year, but it's been over 20 years, right?
Yeah, 20 years that he's been working.
When was Clone Wars original? I want to say like 2012, 2010, something like that.
Was it in the 06s or 07s or something? I don't know.
I remember that.
What was it, Brett?
It was 2008 because the 2D Clone Wars was like 2003, right up to Revenge of the Sith, and then his Clone Wars was like 2008, and then the show debuted like that fall. Long time.
It's been a while.
Damn.
Yeah.
As a child who grew up watching that, I can't forget.
Right. I get it.
That's your stick.
Okay. You carried a piece of cheese to give to this guy.
That's Alex.
Okay.
I'm the Gouda guy. Alex is in charge of fan relations with Lucasfilm. So he's the one that sends us like email requests for appearances and stuff like that. He's the one that sent out the emails for this. He's a great guy. He's a member of the Golden Gate Garrison. But I always tell people, are you Gouda worthy? So I like to spread the Gouda love around.
Right.
And, it was his turn. So I made sure he got his Gouda. But he's the one that works on all this.
Right.
He's always, I think this month you basically can't get a hold of Alex. Alex Vargas, because he's so busy.
So busy.
I mean, when we did that commercial, John, I was asking him like, well, what do you got up next? And he goes, oh, I'm taking a week off. And then I got something big coming up. And they were doing something in the Empire State Building, when they were broadcast, putting all those Star Wars things on the Empire State Building in New York. That's what Alex was working on. The guy can keep a secret. I'll tell you that much.
Was that the drone show?
No, I don't think it was a drone show. It was where they had the projection on the side.
Oh, okay.
It was like a big Empire promotion thing going on. And man, that guy has stuff going on. It's crazy.
Who's this character with you?
I don't remember the guy's name. Is it Chamberlain or he's Golden Gate too? But
It's Golden Gate, yeah.
That is the costume there. Dressed up for a premiere as Maul. Didn't they call him something like, oh God.
Well, that's Andrew, but he's like our go-to Maul.
Yeah, he is our go-to Maul.
Yeah, he's pretty much the area.
I would say that's Premier Mall right there. Like
Premier Mall.
It's got the bow tie and everything. Look at that.
Pre-Mall, Premier.
So I asked ChatGPT to help me understand not the relationship between like they're related, but like what I end up asking was the bacon number for Darth Vader and Maul, and it basically explained that they were both trained by Sidious.
That's
Darth Sidious. That's the Emperor right there.
That's correct.
But not Palpatine.
That's the same guy, but that's when he's not being the Emperor. That's like
Tell me the story. Okay. The guy who shocked with his hands and then got thrown over the edge.
Yeah,
That guy. Okay.
That guy.
What's that story? What's that one slice? What's that history right there?
Well, it's funny. His introduction goes all the way back to Return of the Jedi, at least the version we know about him, because he was a completely different actor and look in Empire Strikes Back. But it's funny when you go back, they never refer to him other than the Emperor in Return of the Jedi, unless I think you bought like the novelization or something. I think that's the first time the word Sith is ever mentioned. So that's a good like 15 years before the prequels. He's just like a devoted, like I don't know if I'm the person to say all this, but basically he was like one of the last Sith followers, just learning all their knowledge, and just it was like the prequels to the original trilogy is like all his master plan to be like all powerful, and
that's this guy.
That's
his apprentice.
Oh, that's okay. I got you.
Maul is his apprentice.
Got it.
First apprentice. Yeah.
There's a deep story on Maul too, because the guy was basically killed off, and then he came back with legs, and it's very deep.
It's one of the things about Filoni is he really took the bullet for that one, because I guess like a big controversy of fans is like Maul, like even as like a 2 or 3 year old, I remember Darth Maul being everywhere, like the marketing for that movie, and it just was kind of weird. Like they build up this character and then they just sort of get rid of him, and then they just bring in another villain each movie. But Dave Filoni was the guy that's like, I'm gonna do something that's gonna probably get me a lot of flack, but I'm gonna get thanked for it later. Is that they brought him back in the Clone Wars, and it's like, if we could just get rid of, how does a guy survive being cut in half? Well, this guy is just too perfect to be a continuing villain. So it might seem silly, but I think it's paid off in spades. Like he now has a whole show dedicated to him.
And I got to watch the first 2 episodes with you guys. That was cooler and shit, right? Okay. Here we are. Hey, who's this fella?
Who's that guy?
Somebody trying his best to put a Darth Maul face on.
Yeah, is that your Maul face?
Yeah, it's hard to see under all the white, but yeah,
You're
not too bad.
And then who's the photobomb
in the theater itself? Yeah, I don't know. It's a great Imperial back there.
I know everybody gets confused about where, when, and how you can take pictures or video, and some people took video, I think, and Some people took pictures, and they kind of had us fooled there for a little bit in the beginning when Sam Whitworth came out.
Mhm.
That was kind of it's always a surprise when those guys show up for those events.
Pleasant surprise.
Yeah, what a voice. Oh, how did that get in there?
Oh my goodness, Jamie. What is this?
Keep on trooping the podcast.
Oh my goodness. Tell us about this, friend.
Oh no, that's just my little podcast about talking Star Wars, guys.
Okay.
Talking about trooping, talking about costuming.
Where can I find this podcast?
It's on Apple and it's on what's the other one?
Spotify.
Yeah.
All right.
Apple and Spotify. That's it.
All right.
Man.
Keep on trooping. And what can I expect when I click on this and I see this logo and
Oh
I
man.
start listening to episodes? What am I going to hear?
Well, hopefully we get a guest on, and we're always looking to improve, but I've got a list of people that I'm going to get on there.
Okay.
And we're going to, like I said, we're going to talk about what's going on in the area, pretty much keeping it local.
All right. So keep on trooping. It's Star Wars based, but it's not just about the movies and the characters of what was and what is coming. It's also based in what you're doing, the 501st, right? It has a lot to do with.
It's all clubs. I want to bring in people from outside the big three just to talk about what they do, the joys of costuming, the fandom, stuff like that.
Tell us about the 501st.
The 501st Legion is an international costuming organization that is pretty much around the world. Our membership is up above 15,000 as of this month. Our most popular costume is the Stormtrooper costume, and that's about 7,000 Stormtroopers. So we do a variety of events ranging from appearing at premieres, Maul,
a lot of charity work,
all the charity work that we do. You wouldn't believe what's coming up for May the 4th, but I mean, it's going to be quite a craziness. Hopefully May is done. Once May is done, I think we'll mellow out a little bit, but I mean, we've got the Mando premiere coming up with Mando and Grogu coming up. Oh, geez, we got the Giants game coming up too, John, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah. So the Mando Mercs are like one of our sister or brother clubs.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Rebel Legion. We're all represented here right now.
Yeah.
Those are pretty much the big three costumers.
Okay.
I know the members in the Mando Mercs are right at about 2,500 to 3,000 worldwide.
Wow.
And Rebel Legion is about 7 or 8 worldwide.
Okay.
And there's a lot of crossover between the 501st, the Mando Mercs, and the Rebel Legion. I think.
Yep.
You're a Merc, 501st, and Rebel Legion.
All three. All three. One costume.
One costume, all three.
Yeah.
And I know that Brett, you're pretty much working on something to get in.
Yeah, I've got costumes working, trying to get into the 501st.
Brett does a great job on that. He has some things up. He's doing wonderful work with the 3D prints.
I've got working on a Boba Fett. Got a new jetpack working on right now.
Very cool.
There's dozens of files out there, but allegedly this person scanned the screen use prop, so it's always a plus for me.
Right.
And
that's printed.
That's a 3D print, right?
Oh yeah. This took about, I don't know, from reprints maybe 5-6 days, just under a week.
Wow.
Yep.
Takes a lot more to sand it and paint it.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the joys of costuming is that constant coat of Bondo and paint.
But you guys will achieve movie quality status, correct? That's the goal and that's the standard, right?
What we aim for.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what I'm holding here, Jamie, is not just Boba Fett. It is
That's a Mando helmet.
Okay.
That's a Lone Wolf helmet. That's one of the helmets I've gotten from that guy. The thing with the Mando Mercs is you have an amount of customization that you can do. And John, I mean, you're a little better at explaining that it's different levels or.
Yeah, they're
the 3D one.
there are different. So we break them up into eras.
Yeah.
So there are different eras of Mandalorians. The ones that are most commonly known, you see Boba Fett or Jango Fett, and you kind of see the iconic plates, right? You've got the five chest plates and the jetpack. That's what we call a modern era costume. And then you've got if you go to Din Djarin, hey Mando and Grogu, that's what we call post-imperial. And so the chest plates are a little bit different. You'll see like either one or two pieces on the chest. But within those eras and within those costume kind of requirements, you have you've got a wide variety of things you can play with. You can play around with the shaping, you can play around with the colors, um, accessories. There's a lot of things you can do to customize a kit to make it your own.
So
And that helmet there is that's Jamie. That's your helmet, yeah. The one in the center.
Yeah. Both of them are mine. I'm just finishing up on one. There's one I'm probably going to get rid of this one right here. There's something about it I don't like, but I'm more traditionalist when it comes to the Boba Fett look. This is a grunt helmet from Rebels. I've already got someone who wants it, so.
Let's see. I'm also working on a new one. Let me grab it here.
Oh man, here we are. We're in for a treat, man. Oh, everybody's getting their helmet now.
I know. Everybody, grab the bucket. Let's see. So this is a cruiser. I think it's this is a resin cast. But one of our members cast this.
Is that one of Tim's or?
It's cruisers. He's
okay.
He's in Washington, yeah. But that will be my next kit.
That kind of looks like the Mandos from Maul.
It does a little bit, yeah. But here you can see like one of his kind of key properties on the helmet. The mandible is really sharp, right?
Yeah.
It's not the standard curve. It's got some really sharp angles in it.
That's easy to tape off and paint.
Yeah.
Not like that curve.
So what I'm holding here is a raw 3D printed like base, right? It even still has some of the little support pieces that need to be, popped out and sanded and then designed and painted and then all the accessories added to it. But this is 3D printed. I obviously there are files out there for this, and it's all one piece. Which was your jetpack all one piece, or it was a couple of pieces?
Initially, but my printer I had to chop this up in a few spots so you can see the cross sections, and then
got it.
Attach for simplicity, and
got it.
Access for if you want to put just like an air canister to get that movie quality, like smoke effect from the thruster.
Yeah, that's one of Nelson's helmets. He's been designing helmets. He's kind of gotten into the knight kind of look of the helmets. John, you kind of think like it's looking more like a knight?
Yeah,
like Game of Thronesy looking?
Yeah. And that would be maybe, I don't know if that counts as maybe an earlier era or not, but there's an era, you go back to the comic books and other things, you can see where they do look more medieval, I guess. Yeah.
How much would one of these cost to print? Just, kind of average, like, ballpark.
Something
like, is
like
this $100 piece? Is this a $300 piece?
Well, to print or to buy?
Well, let's say you own this and your cost to print this.
All right. If I had the files for that, I'd say the cost to print that, you could probably get that done with about a single spool for like $10, $15.
Okay. And then I assume you have to buy files, correct? I mean, and there's, got it.
What are they, like $10 up to $5 to $14, or else you can find it on the Thingiverse for free?
Oh yeah, there's some.
I think a regular Boba Fett helmet you can find on Thingiverse, just a regular round.
Yeah.
Great.
All right. Let's see yours. What do you have?
So this is the Empire Strikes Back. So the classic Boba Fett.
Yeah.
This is what I'm making. Mine's a prototype variant, but this one isn't 3D printed. This is it's a casting from a gentleman by the name of Minute Fett. It's hard to tell sometimes, but he's kind of like worldwide. I'd say his his molds are actually 3D printed, or they're scanned from the original screen use, or they're generational polls from, like, say someone made a mold from the original. So it's like maybe a few generations of molding down the line, but it has all like those imperfections that like some hardcore fans really want. So if you look closely, you'll see like Boba Fett's mandibles, like they don't line up properly, or there's a little bend, or it is even like a properly circular helmet. Like not everything lines up, but that's just something some people like, if I don't have that, I'm not doing it.
Right.
You've got the thumbprint. You have the thumbprint on there too.
Oh yeah.
What's the story of the thumbprint?
Well, it's hard to say. We try to ask these people that worked on these movies, those that are still with us, and with someone like Boba Fett, they're like, I can't remember. That was 50 years ago, and I didn't think anybody would care about him that many years later. But I think the main story goes is like Joe Johnston, the co-creator, whoever was the person assigned with painting the hero helmet, or somebody might have picked it up, but had paint on their hands and like smeared it on the back, so you can see there's like a little indentation and a smear right there on the kill stripes. But that's just a small detail. It's like, if we don't have that, I can't do it. Or where
Right.
like if you're doing Boba Fett, you kind of have to be like, everything has to be right down to like the shades of green.
It's very OCD.
Oh, yeah,
It's a dive when you get into Boba.
every chip and
Yeah.
you have a little bump in the cheek here, which I didn't even know about till I was gifted this thing, and then I had to touch it up a bit. But there are people far more dedicated. You know, there's a person for everybody, like for every costumer who knows everything.
Yeah, true.
So it's like, where do I begin? It's like there's forums where someone's like, it's this green, it's that red, it's that black, and you missed it with this grime. It's insane, but we're a dedicated family.
That's awesome. Hey, so there's a little bit left to this slideshow here, so keep on trooping. And then this is the Q&A. This is where, you know, some of the folks from the show sat down and, you know, answered some questions and talked about some cool stuff, right? Dave Filoni's on the left, the co-president. Did we ever figure out her name?
Oh man, I'm not getting much of a signal in here, so
Okay.
I
Anyways,
Googled it up.
and then the voice behind, right? Is he the voice? Was he the actor in like a live action too, or is he the voice character behind this?
No, he is just the voice guy.
Okay.
I think Sam Witwer started off with Star-Lord, right? From
Star
what was
Killer.
a video game?
He was
Star
the
Killer. Yeah, that's right.
Star Killer. Star
protagonist.
Killer. What was I saying? Star-Lord.
He voiced a video game, a character on a video game.
The
Okay.
voice, the visual reference for a video game character called Star Killer in a short-lived game series called The Force Unleashed, where he was Darth Vader's secret apprentice that he had kept hidden, kind of like his
Oh
youngest.
shit.
And but again, being a classically trained actor, he was also a big Star Wars fan. And then like that game came out right about the same time as Clone Wars, so Dave Filoni's already hit the ground running with fans and everything. But they get, like I said, when he decided to like, I'm going to do something crazy, I'm going to bring back Darth Maul. But it worked out. But the original voice actor, so Darth Maul in typical Star Wars fashion is two actors for one role. So like you had James Earl Jones doing the voice of Darth Vader, but you had David Prowse was the physical performer. Darth Maul in Phantom Menace was a professional martial artist by the name of Ray Park, but they needed a more like threatening voice. So his voice in the Phantom Menace was Peter Serafinowicz. So cut to, you know, the early 2010s, and they're bringing Maul back. Serafinowicz doesn't want to do it anymore. And they have this guy, Sam Witwer here, who's already like a part of the voice cast family. And he stepped in, and it's like, there's no getting rid of him now. He's just amazing. So glad that after Force Unleashed didn't continue, that he's still very much a part of the cast.
Right. Okay.
And he's religious about that character. So you couldn't find a better like takeover for that voice.
Very cool. So he's got some street cred showing up. He didn't just walk into this cool role then, right?
Oh no, he's a huge Star Wars nerd. He earned this. He knows his stuff.
Oh wait, it's still there. Hold on, there was a couple more. Where was
Yeah,
that?
he takes it very seriously. I mean, it's character development and all that. Yeah. Same guy.
Imagine you're the voice of that character and that's staring back at you from off
You
stage.
know?
Right. Hi.
Yeah.
My name's Bob.
And who are these guys?
Out here.
Can you see him?
Well,
Good.
one
Hard
of
to
them
see.
is Kit, right? That's Kit Fisto and
Plo Koon. That's
Plo Koon. That's right.
Yeah, that's Dave Filoni's favorite Jedi. Someone's always going to do that when they know he's going to be around because he loves Plo Koon.
That's the guy on the left or the right?
On the right. My right. Our right.
I'm blanking on the species names, but
That's all right. That's our last picture. Okay. Where's my outline? All right. So the premiere itself, how much anticipation for the premiere itself or the opportunity to go back to Skywalker Ranch and be in character with, the gang, the guys, the people and stuff. How was it for you guys? What, I mean, was it 50-50? Was it?
No, this was top tier for me. I mean, like, number one, it's in our backyard. It's there at the Presidio, and you get to see the Yoda fountain. And I mean, this is where they make the sauce, a lot of it. So just getting to go inside and walk down the hall and sit in the same theater, and then on top of it, sometimes they'll have premieres and they're great. You get to see the show, and you maybe have a little Q&A with some of the creators. But to get Dave Filoni and to get Sam up there at the same time talking to us, I don't think you could have a better event.
That's pretty cool. What was the story behind screaming Filoni into his jacket? Did it seem to have a build up in like an inside joke, or?
well, I guess among Star Wars fans, that's like a big meme to us. So Sam Witwer has been for several years now, and before this show, and before Rebels, Clone Wars was like abruptly ended for a while after Disney had acquired. So we never got a resolution to the arc in which they brought Maul back for some time.
Right.
In between that, after the Disney acquisition, they started the show Rebels, and then deep into that show's run, they brought Maul back again. So it's like, whoa, Darth Maul makes it this far next to the original trilogy. And to this day, the character is still just like his biggest itch is Obi-Wan Kenobi. I mean, how do you not hate the guy that cut your legs off? Just as big. And a big thing for him to do is recreate a moment where he's in the desert, dehydrated, just going insane, and just screaming Obi-Wan, like screaming Kenobi. So, for better or for worse, I think he's going to get asked to do that at conventions for the rest of his life. But he was happy to give us a new rendition at the premiere.
And that's something that, when you listen to Dave Filoni up there talking, I've never seen Dave Filoni before. I've seen videos of him talking about, the progression of Star Wars and this and that, but he's not giving you a sales pitch. He's giving you his inner fandom of how much he loves Star Wars and loves what he's doing.
Yeah, this is driven passion, not by numbers, right?
Yeah.
You guys, right? That agreed, right? This is more of
Yeah,
like all of you have said it. He's a fan, and now he's got his hands on the wheel. Right?
This is one of us getting the keys to the castle.
Yeah. And what would you do with this? Hey, holy sheep shit, Batman, right? Here we are. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, as far as fandom, Lucasfilm has always taken care of us as fans. This started out back in 77, 78 when they had the director of fan operations. They've always had somebody to cater to fans. And, it's continued for 50 years. I mean, 25 years basically is the clubs, right? I mean, I think, what are we on with the Mercs? 25 years?
With Mando Mercs, we've been around since 2007, I want to say.
Okay. So close. I mean, over 20 years of fandom clubs.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you guys this. Any of you, do you have some favorite stories or information or dialogue of this universe you like to give to outsiders, to other people? Is there not like a selling point, but like, oh my God, hey, like, is there like a storyline or part of a storyline that is just that is like your favorite? Like, for example, like, you know what? I'm a big fan of the Ewoks. Here's their whole story. I don't know why, but I geek out over that. Here's the thing, blah, 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 blah. Do you guys have like a chunk of this universe that is just, it's yours, and you're like, oh my God, I'll talk about that all day long.
Well,
Go, Johnny.
Yeah, I'll let you go first.
So two things for me.
Sure.
Number one, I mean, obviously, I grew up in that era where I went to see Star Wars in the theater. So for me, Return of the Jedi is the biggest thing. That's my Star Wars hands down, no matter what. But I will say, and I think Brett's on the other side of this, when Clone Wars started, I've got my daughter, and she's at that age where she's ready to start watching these animated films and go into the theater, and coming home, it's appointment TV, back before streaming. That was the thing. Every Friday night we're watching Clone Wars together. So for me, Clone Wars, and especially this, Darth Maul's part of that. His storyline is all part of that story. That's really special for me, because I get to relive some of that time I got to spend with my daughter. So hugely
Okay.
important. Yeah.
Okay. You said you had two?
Oh, those were it.
I'm sorry.
Oh, those were okay.
Jedi-
Got it.
Jedi is always number one.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. I see what you're saying now. Got it. So, there was the part in Jedi that actually kind of scared me. I never really admitted it. And as I talk about it more, it scared other kids my age too. And it was like when he was in the little swamp tunnel part, not tunnel, but like, I don't know, like the deep swamp, and he comes around and Darth Vader's right there, right? And that's like the super. I think it was Return of the Jedi. No, it was Empire.
Empire.
Yeah,
That was Empire.
That
Yeah.
was Empire Strikes
Right.
Back.
I'm like,
Yes.
and these movies weren't scary movies. And so when I was a kid, there were scary movies. There was this, but that was a scary part. It was like, because there was such a realism. I knew it was a movie, and I knew that lightsabers weren't real, no matter how much I wanted one. I knew the Force wasn't real, no matter how many times I tried. I still try and move shit, right? And I knew that this wasn't real, but it was. As a kid, and all my friends at least, kind of just jumped into the lore, and like we just assumed we knew stuff. There was whatever was true in the movie was just kind of true. Like, well, lightsabers can't do that. We'd like get in like arguments of what they could and couldn't do. I'm like 9. You know what I mean? And it's a movie. You know what I mean? And like, and we just jumped into it head first, right? And I think that was the neat part. And like you said, or like for you, the first 3 were mine. And I just kind of lost my way in the Star Wars world after that. The next 3 came out, and I'm like, so they're probably not going to scare me, and they're probably not going to do this, probably not going to, you know what I mean? And so that was that. But I was much older. So, but it sounds like those next 3, Brett, were, well, obviously your trilogy, right? Is that?
More or less. Like, I was the demographic for those, but I was already like just hook, line, and sinker for the original trilogy. Like, I can't remember a time I didn't know about Star Wars and all that. I think my family growing up, we had the 1995 VHS, like the last time before they were altered heavily. So I, even by like the age of 3, I like wore those out, and it was just happenstance. It's like, how conscious are you of the world when you're like 2.5? So it's like, oh, there just is a 4th Star Wars. But even then I knew there was something. And as I got older with each movie, like I was like 7 when when Attack of the Clones came out, and that's when I really started like, oh, there's all these new toys, these new characters. And then Revenge of the Sith was just something extra. Like, even though I was already just devoted to these films, I just thought they were like a really niche thing. Like, only I and some of my friends at school loved them, but because my parents weren't super into them. My brother was a college student in film, so he didn't act like he cared anymore for a while. But when he took me to see Revenge of the Sith, I'm in second grade, and I just think like, oh, I'm going to be the first kid in the world to see this new Star Wars. And
Right.
that time I ever saw like fans more devoted or just as devoted to me. Like that was the first time I saw people in costume, like clone outfits, Jedi outfits. And that led to like, oh, there's events where people do this. And that's when I learned like, oh, you can make these costumes in your garage. You don't have to be part of like a multi-million-dollar movie. So
Right.
Yes.
You can just make these.
now I paint this stuff on the side, and people are like, I didn't know any of this about that, but you told me. So like I said, I can't remember not knowing about Star Wars, and those original 3 films mean the world to me. And I've always appreciated the prequels. I could tell that those were like the cutting edge, like, okay, so this is technology and this is how you make movies. And it's like, well, this is how we make movies now. I'm like, I like were made.
I like that one. I like that.
Like tangibility.
Yeah. They were flying through space. That was a Millennium Falcon, was a real fucking spaceship, man. I mean, there was no wires attached to it. You know what I mean? It was really flying, So anyways.
Like I said, like just being a little kid, like I thought, oh, they just filmed this for real. There's real spaceships in another galaxy. This is like
that's what I'm saying. It's
exactly.
like, yeah.
It blew my mind. Like my dad got me a book about the model maker, like the guy that ran the model shop in Star Wars. I'm like, they're just big toys.
Mhm.
Yep. Big toys.
It didn't ruin it for me. I was like, that's even cooler. They just actually blow stuff up.
When I was younger, I was probably 11 and 12 or whatever, it's around 83, 84, somewhere in that age. Some in that time, I lived in Manteca and they had a Kmart, and me and my friend Eric, all good stories start with my friend Eric. This is kind of like my hoodlum years. We had this routine. Now we would go and we were on bikes. This is 80s stuff, right? So we ride our bikes across town to the Kmart. We dump them out front. We go and we made it a point to acquire every single Star Wars character they had, right? And we had this system, which included, using the garden area and the fence that was just gapped. And, we would, kind of deposit and drop and just, oops, I don't know. And then run out of the store, get on our bike, scoop them up. And we had this escape route. Anyways, we had all the characters. We had every single one the store had. My friend's mom bought him for Christmas, the Millennium Falcon. The lid came off and it had the little chess table and stuff. It had the little dangly spike ball so they can, for doing the practice and stuff, right? And, we were playing in my backyard and, we dig holes and they had like not tunnels, but like little cutouts and have guys over here. And then this is this is this scene and this is this. And, we were just playing outside in the dirt, right? We put all of those guys, as many as we could, in the Millennium Falcon, put them all in their little cars. I had a land speeder and we buried it. Like, we'll come back and get like a treasure map. We built a treasure map. It's like so many steps between from the shed to here, from the tree, due north. And we had it all mapped out, right? Well, we left it. I grow up, we move out of the house. This was in 83. It's 26. I'm 54 years old, man. I've lived in 12 different houses since then, right? So, part of my bucket list, or part of my my lottery list, if I ever hit the lottery, one is I'm gonna go back and buy every house I've ever lived in, just because, just so I can say I've done it, right? I swear to God, I hit the lottery. I'm giving away tons of money. I can't take it with me. I know who my people are. Right? I'm buying all the houses. I'm gonna go back to that house. I'm gonna dig that shit up. There's got to be some plastic or some metal, you know what I mean, still around, in the ground back there. There's got to be some remnants of it, even if I have to dig the whole thing and, go CSI and shaker screen that shit and look for, because I had the little medic guy with the, with the see-through stuff or whatever in the tubes and the little microphone, the microphone mouth face.
The medical droid.
The medical droid guy that kind of closed the little lever or the flap.
Yeah, he was working on the Skywalker.
I had that guy.
After the big hairy monster attacked him.
And the lightsabers slid up and down their arms and shit. Obi-Wan had, I think it was just the plastic.
The vinyl cape?
The vinyl cape.
Yep.
Yeah, the vinyl cape. It didn't, he had a cloth one too?
No,
right?
I don't think those
Did he ever
had
have
a cloth one ever.
I think some of the early ones were cloth.
I thought I saw that somewhere, but I mean,
I'm pretty
so,
sure.
we whatever Kmart had, I had, honestly.
Or GG&Y.
Well, Kmart was right next to my house. It wasn't too far. I mean, I had a bike. It was 83, 84. We had a bike. We were everywhere. It didn't matter.
And
You know what I mean?
That was in Manteca, right?
That was Manteca. Yeah, the
Yeah,
Manteca Kmart. Yeah.
You're probably on the banned list.
Well, they couldn't catch me. So, Brett, I don't think you got to share your favorite chunks of Star Wars info or experience that you have.
Oh man,
You deferred and let John go first.
I don't know. There's almost so much. It's hard to, when my brain, but like I said, I'm a Boba Fett guy. I mean, childhood heroes Luke, obviously, and that's the character that I cosplayed for the groups currently at the moment. But I don't know. I don't know why, as a small kid, I just singled out Boba Fett to where the point where my mom, who was, you know, a grown woman watching these movies, is like, I just thought they were fun movies. I just didn't know anybody. And then until you came along, I didn't know what a Boba Fett was.
Yeah.
A little, because I'm a movie guy too, so I just know a bunch of facts. But a fact I always love is, so like I said, in the original trilogy, Darth Vader was physically played by a 6'8" bodybuilder, David Prowse. And shortly after Star Wars, he was assigned as Christopher Reeve's personal trainer to help him bulk up for Superman. So Superman trained by Darth Vader.
That's pretty cool.
Vader.
That's pretty cool. What else you got? Come on, give us some more.
Art piece of that with Vader, and Superman at the gym, pumping iron.
Well, you know, my thing with going to the mall premiere is, I know you could feel it, just the general excitement of people, and everybody got along. There's no politics there. There's no, hey, you're this, or hey, you're that, or you're not my friend. Everybody there.
Yeah, not even a slur, not even a political slur here or there. Yeah,
nothing. No,
I was listening.
No plays, no nothing.
Yeah,
I mean,
nothing.
To me, that's
not a one.
It's like Star Wars Celebration when you go and see a premiere there at Lucasfilm.
Yeah,
it's a mini celebration. You're handing out stuff. People are giving you coins. You're handing out stickers. I'm handing out stickers. Yeah. I'm handing out Gouda cheese, you know. And I mean,
I have a switchblade comb.
Yeah, hey man, it works. If it works, it works. You got some hair, but it's to me, I got more out of Star Wars, you know, after I became a part of the clubs,
right?
Because now I get to hang out with some of the coolest, nerdiest people that I know,
right?
And it's never brought up. I mean, how long did we drive? 4 hours round trip, you know, basically to get there and back.
Yeah,
not one thing about Newsom this or Trump that or whatever. It was just all, hey, we're talking about fandom. We're talking about Madonna. We're talking about
100% Geek Fest fandom all the way home.
Yeah.
All the way. 100%.
Yeah, definitely. And that's, you know, that's part of it. I mean, it's your people. Just randomly. I mean, I never would have met that lone wolf guy if I didn't just say, hey man, who are you?
Yeah.
What are you doing here? Where are you from? Oh, I'm from Atlanta and I make helmets. You know, I'm Lone Wolf. Whoa. I bought like eight helmets from that guy, you know?
Right.
And and it's right in our backyard, huh, John? So you know, I feel bad when I go to the East Coast sometimes and I'm like, oh yeah, we went to the mall thing, or, you know, I went to the Mando thing, or we did Rebels there. And they're, you know, people are not ever going to have a shot at that. It's not like it goes on tour and you can go, hey, I can go there and see it.
We are privileged to be as close as we are, and right, you know, you think, well, our club gets so many spots, 501st gets so many spots, and they've got 2 or 3 that they send, you know, back east. We are really privileged and lucky to be where we are, and you know, and I'm thankful for that.
Yeah, and we give a lot back too.
Tell me about the charity work you guys do. You guys do a ton of charity work.
Oh,
tell me about May. You got the month of May coming up.
God. The month of May is the month of man.
All of you cringed.
I think it starts on the 1st and then it goes through the 4th.
Why? What happens in May?
May 4th is the holiday, right? May the 4th be with you. But unless it falls on a Saturday, May 4th is always going to be split up into before May 4th or after May 4th
Yep.
or on the day of May 4th. You cannot imagine how many events we've got coming in.
It's
And again, what was that?
like Star Wars Hanukkah. There's multiple days just to get.
Yeah,
Layers.
100%. And
Yeah.
you know,
You got a full plate for the first, second, and third, or fourth?
I got a full plate on the 4th.
On the fourth, you do. I know that.
Yeah.
Where you guys at?
John will be up at the Capitol with us. We do a Star Wars Day at the Capitol, courtesy of the Stanislaus County Assembly person, Juan Alanis.
Nice.
Juan Alanis has had us up there for this will be our year 4. And, you know, since it's the month of Mando, we wanted to get some Mandalorians up in there. So we got a few Mandos going in there. We generally go around the Capitol, take pictures. People think that Star Wars is going to be there every day, but it's not. And we get to go on the assembly floor. They do a big hoodod about, it's Star Wars Day and blah, blah, blah. And we get to take pictures with all the assembly people from the state. It actually is an educational thing for me because I didn't know what state assembly people did. I thought congressmen worked in the state senate, in the state assembly. But you learn a lot.
I would fail that trivia question.
Juan is a super fan. I mean, and I know in Modesto, I know you're not going to make it down, John, but we're going to hustle out from the Capitol down to Modesto, the Central Plaza where Brendan is. And Brent's going to be there. Oh, you might?
I might.
Well, we got a place to change. Juan is opening up his office for us to change in. And he's going to buy us food afterwards. I guess we're going to have dinner with the assembly person.
I've done that. I've done the Modesto downtown 3 or 4 times over the years. And it's just because Modesto is my hometown. So I just love supporting that if I can. So fingers crossed. Yeah.
TIE Fighter will be there. This will be the last time the TIE Fighter will be out in public. We're hoping to find a home for it locally.
Oh, wow.
I have a big ass backyard.
You need to cut the grass. You need to do
Just
some
set it there. Just set it here for you can store it here.
You better win the lottery if you want that thing in your backyard. We're going to have to use a helicopter to get it in.
You got like wasps from burrowing in it.
That's all right. It's a TIE Fighter, bro.
That thing's been outside for
we
years.
didn't figure out how to sleep inside of it.
You can.
That's going to do it for us, folks. Thank you guys. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight. And thank you for just, hanging out and just being cool with everything. And I greatly appreciate the education and the experience and hanging out with you guys at the premiere. Jamie, always a pleasure hanging out with you, bro. And again,
anytime, man. I'm glad we could get you in.
I appreciate the invite and getting to, really, understanding how the costuming works with LucasArts and with all the charity work and all the public stuff. I'm like, just like you, Brett. I'm like, we could just make that. I can actually have a stormtrooper suit. I don't have to go steal one or be in a movie or I can just wear a storm. I'm like, oh my God. So I got to, I'm like this guy, I got to wear his and that was really fun. I really enjoyed that. So,
Jason, what we're going to have to do is bring you out to a troop next.
I told him I'd be a Jawa. Being a Jawa would be pretty cool.
It's a good starter costume. I mean, hey, it's a good one. It's fun too.
I could be a Jawa.
I think definitely getting you out to help out at a troop or something. That way you can kind of see the modus operatum of how it works. And just sometimes it's just cool just to sit back there and watch and go, wow, look at the reactions on some of these people's faces, So good time. We'll get you out there.
I appreciate it, dude. That's going to do it for us tonight, folks. Thank you guys for tuning in, checking out. My name is Jason.
And I'm Jamie.
And I'm John.
And I'm Brett.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you, man.
All right.
Don't grow up. Don't be adults. Stay young.
I have an outro. I do.